Hey, this is Mike Drop 5 again, and I'm going to show you, just walk you through the risk reward tool that I use on every trade, and also through this particular trade that I just noticed, because it's really interesting, and you'll see why the risk reward tool is so valuable. Even when you can eyeball it like I can, I still use this tool. So this is a short setup, a really nice looking short setup when you eyeball it. I mean, when I opened up this chart, I was like, there's a short, because I see, you can look at the previous video, and there's also a link to Trader Sumo's video on there. But basically, this is a really nice looking short setup from afar. But then when you start digging in, there's a couple of issues with it. And this is why I moved my short zone. My short, so people ask me, like, how do you place your entry zone? Whether it's a short or a long. But in this case, it's a short, so we'll look at that. Normally, my eyeball would go right to here, and I go, yep, I'm going to short it right there. And this may be where the best short is. Like, they're probably going to just go to here and then dump. However, the reason why I can't take the trade there is because the risk reward is not good. And smart money, money that's going to go into this thing and actually move markets, is looking at this tool. Smart traders, good traders, everything is about risk reward. So this tool, you cannot use this tool enough. I use this on every trade. So let's go through this real quick. So the zone originally was here. And then I think it was like this small of a zone. It was like from here to here was my zone. And I was about to publish it. And then I whipped out the tool, as I always do right before I, publish a trade. And sure enough, this did not work out. So let's go back and let's just look at it from that point of view. So if I drag this down to where my entry was, and this is probably where it's going to go and dump from, and then I bring leave my stop loss where it is, because that doesn't change, right? That has already been this has already been tested out here. So this is really now your stop loss, and so look at this abysmally bad risk reward. 1.39 is a trade I would never take. A risk reward should be 3 to 1. It should be a minimum of 3 when you do this tool. Which means that what you're looking at is that the distance from your entry to your stop should be 1/3 of the distance from your entry to your profit target, your first naturally occurring PT, which is right here. And so based on this, I know I can't take this trade from this level. And you may see this thing actually shoot up into this zone, even though a lot of people are going to take the trade here. Even a lot of people who know what they're doing would be taking the trade here. But if they didn't look at this tool, they wouldn't realize that the risk reward is awful. So what I did was I kind of reassessed this. First, do I even want to be in this thing? And I'm like, yeah, I would be in it if I caught it up in here, because look at how close the stop is going to be. So let's bring this back to, let's just say, the lower end of the box. Sometimes I use the risk reward tool in the middle if I'm scattering my orders across the box, but if I have like a level I'm going for, I just put it there. So here we have the risk reward tool is now at 2.82. Not quite there, is it? And we can't change this because the profit target is where it is. We can't change this because the stop loss is where it is. So the only thing we can change is our entry. And so the middle of this box, like the top of these wicks, is probably where it makes sense to be in this trade. Because, like I said, 3 and above is often considered to be like your minimum amount for risk reward. It should be above 3. So here we have this in the middle of this box now, at the top of these wicks, and to me that makes sense, and we are now at a 4.83 risk reward. I would take that any day. So that actually makes some sense, because these wicks, it could make sense to come test this, considering we got above and lost it. I actually think this is where now, this is where it's going to go. And this is the art of this stuff, is you're just constantly asking yourself questions like, could I have a better entry that would make more sense? And where is an entry that gives me a risk reward of around 3 or more? So to me, this is making a lot more sense now. And I think they're going to probably blast past this because smart money isn't going to take this trade here. So there's a lot of money that's not going to be shorting here. It's going to be waiting for a higher level up here. And that's it. So there's your risk reward of 4.83. Now it makes more sense. So that's where I think the zone should be. I mean, I'm going to leave this little gray line in here on this chart when I publish it, just to make, like, hey, I'm aware there is a line there. That is resistance. But I just don't think the risk reward makes sense. And these charts really, they conform to these risk rewards because this is where smart traders are doing their thing. So, a lot of trades would come straight to this level. I just posted a video on the last one where I did a bunch of these setups and like they kept coming right to here and then dumping right to here, and they were all similar in structure, and it was just a bunch of successful shorts. But in this case, I really think they're going to go higher with it because I wouldn't short it here. So anyway, that's it. So when you want to use this tool, you go. Let's delete this real quick. Where's my little? Oh, here it is. I moved it. Okay, so let's delete that. I don't know if this is in the screen. Actually, I don't think it is. Shoot. Well, there's your tools in TradingView. Just go to the tool that is the risk reward tool, and there's a tool in there. It's like the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7th one down on mine, and make sure that you select short setup and not long setup, and then we're going to place our entry right where our entry is. So here now we're going to place the tool there, and then we just drag this down to our stop loss, and we drag this over here to our first profit target, which is not arbitrary. You don't just drag it until it hits a number you like. You have to look at the structure of the thing, put in where you think things are going to go based on support and resistance and price action, and then at the very end use this tool just to confirm that you're doing the right thing. So this one stopped me from publishing that other entry here, and now I'm going to publish it like this, and that's it. So use this tool on every trade. I can't recommend it highly enough. That's like your best friend. Actually, this looks really good now. I hope they do pump it to there. It would be an awesome trade. I'm willing to take that little small risk there to catch this entry and to potentially make this amount of profit on a dump, because we're shorting here. So remember, when we short, we make money when it goes down. When we long, we make money when it goes up. So, all right. Hope this helps. Any questions, throw them in the comments below, and may your trades be profitable. Talk to you later.